People ask me, when do I buy ETFs or stocks or mutual funds? When's the best time to buy? Do you wait for the market to crash, or, do you put in certain amounts at different times? And ultimately, the answer is that you want a dollar cost average over time. So you want to have set chunks of money that go in every month, typically, when I get paid. And what that does is when the market is up, I'm buying. When the market is down, I'm buying. If it's down and it's the same amount of money, you're actually getting more shares for that same amount of money. But ultimately, long term, as it trends up, you buy the highs and you buy the lows, and then the average will equate to, around 7 or 8%, factoring in inflation. So the other thing to consider is that you cannot time the market. You don't know when it's going to go up and when it's going to go down. But when it is down, you do know that it's down. So a approach that, Warren Buffett does when trying to find value in funds is to buy more when the market is down. If you're 10% down, if you're 20% down, if you're 30% down from all-time high, or like we saw in 2008, if you're 40% down from all-time high, he would invest more then. He would, if you're doing $500 a month, when it's that far down, he would be doing more. He would be doing, maybe double or, up to a certain percentage of his cash reserves that he always would store on the side. On the other side of the spectrum, if you stop buying when the market is up, it's hard to know how far up is up. So if it's up and you stop buying and it continues to go up, you miss gains there. So, since it's hard to determine, the best strategy is really time in the market. So you put money in chunks and let time go by. And, you don't know when it's going up and down. So the fact that you're in there and the fact that you're contributing a set amount, when you make it a part of your budget and it goes in every month, that's kind of the strategy that I live by. Not financial advice. Always consult a professional. However, this is what I do in following the advice of, and the teachings of Warren Buffett.